What is going on, family? It's your boy Terrell Bennett, man, co-founder and CEO of Forex Executives, and welcome to this week's technical analysis breakdown. And I'm gonna be going through a few pairs. I'm gonna be touching on EURUSD, Euro New Zealand Dollar, and Great British Pound AUD. These are a few hot plays that I see potentially setting up this week and giving us some massive pips, man. So let's just jump right into it. Let's start on the weekly, man. So the weekly Euro USD, we had a big short last week, huge bearish engulfing. As you guys can see, man, there is a nice little flag pattern happening right now on the weekly. So we got this flag forming, and you can see that the market just was bouncing in between these areas, and it's looking like that the market could potentially break out to the downside. All right, so once price gets down to this weekly support and this trend line, I'll be looking to see if we can get a bounce. Maybe we can get a bounce up all the way back up to these highs, or we can get a potential break, a pullback, and then a continuation on to the downside. So that's what I'll be looking at this week. And this thing just fell out the sky, man. I hope some people caught it last week. I wasn't able to catch it last week. I was pretty sick. Excuse me if I, if you hear sniffles or, me coughing or anything, I'm still getting over a little cold. So just bear with me, all right? So let's just drop down to the daily. Let's see what's going on the daily. As you guys can see, man, the market is just pushing down, 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 down. And let's just take our fib from this high to this low. And let's see what we got. All right, so we can see that the market went all the way up to the 78.6, bounced off it, came back, retested that 61.8, and it's pushing down to this weekly support line. So, like I said, I want to see the market go down to this line and potentially break this thing, man. I want to see it kind of break it or bounce. And so I'll be looking for either bullish, a big bullish signal once price gets to this weekly support area in this trend line to go long, or I want to see a clean break below, a pullback, and then a continuation to the downside. All right, so on to the next pair, Euro New Zealand Dollar. All right, let's just start this thing on a weekly. Let's see what happened on the weekly. Okay, so you can see that the market is doing some pushes and some pullbacks. So the market pushed, pulled back, pushed, made a lower low, pulled back, made a lower high. So I'm anticipating the market to push even lower, go down to these recent lows, or even lower to this 1.6420 area, or where these lows are at right here on the weekly. So that's just my idea. I got this nice weekly resistance right now. You see price broke below and it pulled back to it. So I want to see a move all the way down to this 1.6420 area. So let's just drop down to the daily. Let's see what's going on. Yep. So you guys know, once price breaks, and you can hit, I talk about this a lot in previous videos. Once price breaks a area of support or resistance, it has to pull back to it in order for it to keep going. So like I said, the market pushed. You see that the market pulled back into it really deeply, gave us a bearish engulfing, pushed all the way down, and you can see that the market is pulling back to it one more time, gave us a nice bearish railroad pattern on the daily. So like I said, I'm gonna be looking to take this thing short unless I see a clean break to the upside. All right, but right now I'm biased short on this market. So let's just see how this thing pans out. I want to see the market kind of pull back into this weekly resistance and test it one more time before we get a move all the way down to these lows, or even lower at the 1.6420 area. All right, so let's go on to the last pair that I'm gonna be talking about, Great British Pound AUD, and let's look at this thing on a weekly. All right, so right now for the past few weeks, this market has been kind of choppy, man. So you can see we got this nice big bullish engulfing right here, and then we got a nice bearish candle right after, and then a nice bullish candle after it. So right now the market is kind of just having some big swings, man, moving sideways. So the market is kind of approaching this weekly resistance that I got right here at 1.8380 again. So I want to see what the market is going to do. I don't know. I don't know if the market is going to come back up retest it, and then have a move all the way down to this 1.7820 area, or the market could potentially break this thing, pull back, and then continue on high. So that's one thing that I got my eye on this weekend. I mean, this week, sorry. But you can see that the market has broken structure. The market pushed back, pulled down, pushed down, pulled back, and then broke this area of structure right here, pull back into it. So we might be getting a move on to the upside. We might get a break. So this is one thing that I will be keeping my eye on this week. And if we use our fib, we take this thing from this low here to this high. We can see that the market came down to the 61.8 area. You can see the 78.6 lining right up with my weekly support. And you can see that the market was just rejected. All right, we got a lot of seller exhaustion down here. And you can see that the market was pushed all the way back up. So like I said, the market could potentially, go up this week and bounce off this weekly resistance, or if the market if it shorts right at the gate, then we might be looking for a push down, maybe a test of the 50 on the fib, and then a move all the way up to these recent highs, or all the way up to this negative 27 on the fib. All right, so let's just drop this thing down to the daily. Let's see if we got anything significant going on. So you can see that the market right here, it pushed up, all right, from these lows, pushed up, and we got us a nice little bearish pin bar on the daily, all right, on Friday's close. So that is kind of painting a picture that this thing may short, all right. We may get a push up, and then we may get a move all the way down. So we will have to see. I know that the AUD and the New Zealand dollar pairs got extremely weak last week during the middle of the week. So let's just pay attention to this pair, man. And like I say, one thing about Forex a lot of people don't understand is that location, just like real estate, is super important. All right, if the market is in this prime location, like these weekly support and resistance areas, then this is when you lock in on that pair and you see what's going to happen, and you look for those bearish or those bullish signals that you look for. All right, so being that the market pushed up, gave us a bearish pin bar on Friday, I want to see it kind of retest those highs again, like I said, or even go to this weekly resistance and then push all the way down. All right, and like I say, price pushed up, gave a fake breakout, pulled all the way down. Now it's retesting this area again, so we may get a move all the way down here. So let's just throw our fib. Sorry about that, guys. I told you that I'm trying to get over this little cold, man, so I might sound a little crazy, but let's just throw our fib and let's see what the market did. So the market pushed up past the 61.8 but closed right below it. We may get a retest of that 61.8. Sorry about that. Or like I say, to these highs, and then a move all the way down to these lows, or even lower to the negative 27. All right, so just keep your eyes on these three pairs. I'm gonna be locked in on these three pairs. I got 2 trades running right now. EURUSD. If you follow me on Instagram, that is at Terrell Bennett. You'll see the trades that I was in. EuroCAD and USD Swiss franc. And I'm just letting those trades run. So, just holler at your boy, man. If you got any value, anything out of this video, man, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button, share this video, comment. Let me know what you think, anything I can improve on. I'm always open for criticisms and opinions, man. So I hope everybody have a blessed and phenomenal trading week. Stay focused, stay driven, and let's get it.